Okay, we are going to go ahead and get started here. So this is being recorded currently, so if you are listening to this after the fact, what we're going to be going over today is how to create an ad and run it on Facebook using command. So to do that, you have to make sure that you have obviously an account with command and you know how to log into that and everything. If you don't, let me know and I can help you through that. So log into command. And you are going to go over here. We're going to go down here to where it says campaigns. So click on that. And now in campaigns, you can do a lot of different things. These paid ads are what we're going to be looking at today. Those are the ones through Facebook and Instagram. You can also send emails or direct mail or social posts. You might think that's the one that you want to click on. This is just if you had a lot of good content or good articles maybe that you wanted to share, maybe every Wednesday or something, you share something, you could go to that. It's not paid, it's not an advertisement, but you could routinely schedule those so you can do it like for the month of September and then just forget about it. But that's not what we're doing today. So you do want to click on paid ads. Now, if you have run an ad before, you are going to see them down here. Okay, Lynn, thanks for joining us. We just clicked on this campaigns tab over here and paid ads. So in here, you can see these are all the ones that I've run that are completed. Here's one that's paused. You can't cancel an ad. This actually went pending, so I didn't want to advertise it anymore. So when this 10 days expires, it will be canceled and then it will reimburse me for, I think, so I was going to spend $40, it looks like. I only spent $2 of that, so it's going to give me, what is that, $37.80 worth of credit towards my next campaign. So you can pause them, you can't really cancel them though. So I've got 2 running right now. This is just where you can see any of your ads. If you have never run an ad before, then that's likely going to be very empty looking. So we are going to click on this button over here, create a new campaign. And then we are going to go to social ad paid. So as I said before, not social post, that's just going to post it to your Facebook. Like if you wanted to advertise an article or a meme or something like that. Not advertise, I'm sorry, post. We do want to advertise. So social ad paid is what you're clicking on. This campaign name is what's going to show up right here. So however you want to name that, I tend to do it by whatever property I'm advertising, if that's what I'm doing. This one, I ran an ad for another agent, Garrett, so I just put his name there. No one else sees this, so this is just for your reference. So this is going to be for, I don't know, 123 Main Street. And my goal here is to advertise a listing. Now you could do a bunch of different things. You can advertise multiple listings. I've done that before to attract buyers. Hey, look at all of these houses in Grand Rapids under 200,000. Could it be yours? To attract listings, attract talent, brand awareness, event awareness, attract buyers. So a bunch of different things there. And this will change slightly the page that it takes you to next. But really, this is more for this goal over here. So you can sort them by goals later. But I'm going to click advertise listing for this one. Now, where will it run? So do you want to put it on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or all 3 or 2 of those? Just check whichever one you want. For our purposes, I'm going to check Facebook and Instagram just so you can kind of see what that looks like when there's 2 of them. And then you click set up campaign. So this immediately takes you to whatever listings you currently have. So here it says show only my listings. So if I wanted to advertise my listing here, I would just click select. I do have an ad running on that right now, but why don't I do that just so you can see kind of how the process goes. So you click select. And this is nice because it will autofill some of the things. So it took the main picture there. It's not cropped very well, so I'm going to want to change that. Or I might want to advertise a different picture or multiple pictures. You can do that as well. So let me just get myself out of the way here. I've got my little Zoom bubble up there. Name and goal. That's what I said on the first page that it had me do there. That had me fill out 123 Main Street. If I had a typo there and I wanted to change it, I can do that here. But typically, you won't really look at this unless you made a mistake earlier. If I selected the wrong listing and I want to change it, I can do that by clicking there. Whoops, I didn't mean to click there. Just X out of that. Something went wrong. Are you both able to hear me right now? I just got a little thing that said my internet connection is unstable.
No, you're going in and out.
I am going in and out?
Yeah.
Maybe if I connect to a different Wi-Fi. Hang on just a second. I'm going to disconnect and log back in. Okay. Is this any better? Am I cutting in and out? Do I sound okay?
Sounds better now.
Okay, cool. Then I will keep going. Do you need me to repeat anything? Was there anything in there that cut out too much?
Right when the house came up, when you first, I don't know what you clicked last, when the house came up with the first page, the first picture, that's about when you started coming in and out.
Was it when I was here?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just start from there.
Okay, yeah.
So it automatically shows your listings. You can change that to all listings if you're maybe advertising somebody else's, and you can put that right in here. Hello. So I'm going to advertise my own listing here. So I'm going to click select. And then that's when it auto populates. This is just my listing description that I had here. It automatically pulls that. It automatically pulls the first picture. I don't like that picture because it kind of cut it off there. So I am actually going to change that by going to add media. So all of these you can click on to configure, and it doesn't matter what order you do it. So I'm going to click configure this, images. Maybe I want to crop this one. So I can change that. So it's a little low. This is not letting me drag it right now. Maybe it just pulled a bad image. We're going to get rid of that. Add a different one. Let's do, they centered these a little weird when they took the picture. So I'm going to go to one of these aerial shots that I did. So I preview and crop that. So if I wanted to, I could include my name there. I don't like to do that because I'm going to end up putting this logo down here anyway, so that would probably interfere. So I'm going to put this right about there and save that. And I'm going to get rid of this first image just because I think it looks kind of bad. Okay, so that looks much better. So if I just want to have one image only, that's fine, and I can do this. If I want to add more, or if I wanted to upload a video, I could do that as well. Let's do this kitchen. Yep, that's pretty centered. Save it. So now you'll notice there's this, my first one, and I clicked and dragged, and now it'll be that. So it kind of does like a little slideshow as people are scrolling through on Facebook. It'll just automatically go between those, or people can click to the next picture. So you can put, is it up to 5? I think it's up to like 5 or 7. There's some sort of a limit on how many you can put there. If I were you, I would not put too many pictures and too much information, because this is exactly what they're going to see on Facebook. If they see, okay, it's, I don't know, 3 beds, 3 baths, $300,000. They see all that and they look at it and they're like, meh, I'm not really interested. Then they're not going to click this learn more button. And that's what you want them to do, because that's how you're going to capture their information. So you kind of want to tease it, but don't give them too much information. So I am just going to stick with these 2 pictures. And then so I have already uploaded this file, which is this KW Grand Rapids, this logo here. If you don't have that there, so mine auto populates. If you don't have that, if you click on this link, click here to find your Market Center's DBA logo. Then it'll take you here. And you just type in our Market Center number is 191. So there we go, Grand Rapids, preview download, so you can download it there. But I do not need to do that because I already have mine. So that's already there. There is a bug here where sometimes this will show up with like a black background right behind it. So if that's happening to you, I would just press this X, get rid of it, download a new one, and then it should be fine. Unless they fix that bug, because it's not happening to me right now, so that's good. Another thing is, where do you want it? It's always going to be at the bottom, but you can put it on the right, or you can put it over here on the left. So maybe depending on what your pictures look like at the bottom, where are you going to be able to see that better, or just which one do you prefer? So left or right at the bottom, including my ownership statement is going to say each office is independently owned and operated, or whatever else you want to put there. And that is going to appear right down here. I don't want more text on there, so I'm going to get rid of that. Save add media. So command is recognizing, yep, okay, you've done this. This is checked off. This add text here is not checked off. So I'm going to click configure.
Heather,
Yeah.
do you have a logo that says Grand Rapids East instead of just Grand Rapids?
Nope. Because technically we are KW Grand Rapids because we were the first one there. So if you download that logo from, right, where is it? From here, that's going to give you KW Grand Rapids.
Okay, I have a deeper question on that. I'll bring it up with Jason.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and let me know the answer too if
Well,
there's something.
it gets really tricky with our errors and omissions insurance because it's labeled as Grand Rapids, but our errors and omissions insurance says Grand Rapids East.
That's interesting.
So it gets kind of tricky with there. I don't know what they want us to do.
Yeah, that's interesting because the default that they provide us with is just KW Grand Rapids.
Right.
So yeah, if you get an answer from him, I would be interested to hear that as well.
All right, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. So anyway, so our add media is all set, and you can always go and change that if you want to. You just click this little drop down. Add text is not configured, so we're going to click that. This is just a little helpful hint. Keep your text short, clear, and to the point to get your message across. So read that. I don't need to. And this just took the first couple sentences from my ad, from the listing. So obviously that stops mid-sentence. I'm going to change it to something like, welcome home to Avalon Point. I think there's an E in that. With 3 bedrooms, a deck for entertaining, and access to the neighborhood pool. What more could you ask for? And you can see as I type that, it just shows up over here. And it will show you at what point it cuts off. So I'm just going to copy and paste that again and again. See, so then after neighborhood pool, there's a dot, 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 and they have to click on it to see. So you want to avoid that ellipsis there. So make sure that it's short. Because let's be honest, people don't like to read much anymore anyway. So it's better to keep it nice and short. So headline right here, this is going to be this bold part here. And maybe I'll say, I don't know, well, yeah, I'll say 3 beds, 3 baths, oops, in Caledonia. So that's their title there. And they just give you a lot of places to put stuff. So down here, this is nice because they give you suggestions. You could be coming home to this. And if you click use suggestion, they'll use that. Or schedule a private tour with me today, or view photos and videos of this home. But they only give you those 3. So if you want to, you click use suggestion. If you don't want to, You can type whatever you want there. So click learn more for more information, or whatever you want to put there. Save the ad text. So now it's looking like a little ad, like something that you would see on Facebook yourself, right? So when we go down here, so for Facebook and Instagram ads, because I chose both Facebook and Instagram, you have to have a business page associated with Facebook. Instagram is now owned by Facebook, so they interlink pretty well. So if I go to Heather Huber Homes, that's my business page. And lo and behold, there's my business picture. So now it is sponsored by Heather Huber Homes instead of Keller Williams. So it's branded to me a little bit more. As far as Instagram goes, you can put it as an ad as people are scrolling through their feed, or as a story. So one of the bubbles that you click up at the top. And it's recommended that you do this. Apparently that gets more views. Honestly, I haven't gotten much from Instagram. So recently I've just been doing Facebook only. So I guess I can't speak to that as much. And now destination. So here's the important part, because this is how you're going to capture your leads. And command/Facebook will take them and just stick them right in your contacts for you. You don't have to do anything, which is really nice. You are going to use a Facebook lead generation form. So what that does is they're going to click learn more, and it's going to take them to a page that you specify. But before it does that, a little form pops up and it says, oh, please give us your information before continuing. And that's the information that you get in your database. So they use the information that they auto-populate it with whatever they signed up for Facebook with originally. So even if it was like 10 years ago, if Facebook has that information, it'll auto-populate it and they can just click next, or they can change it. So that has its pros and its cons, because if they did create an account 10 years ago, chances are their phone number or their email may have changed. So you might have incorrect information. And then of course, they can always change it because they don't want you contacting them. So take these leads with a grain of salt. But they have to fill in some sort of information before they actually get to what they want to see. So this button call to action label. So I like to learn more because I feel like it's most applicable. They only give you a couple of options here. Sign up, apply now. And this might be, maybe you wanted to grow your downline a bit. Maybe you're not advertising a listing. Maybe you're advertising how great it is to work at Keller Williams. Maybe then apply now would be a little better. Or if you have a team, something like that. So I usually use learn more because I'm usually advertising listings. Now this follow-up destination URL, you have to put something in here because when they click on this link, it has to go somewhere. So you have a couple of options here. And by a couple of options, I mean, really the sky's the limit. So you can create a website. Maybe you want to take them to an interesting article. Maybe you're not advertising a home. But let's say that you are advertising your listing. You can do, I think there are two things that you can do here that are pretty easy. And I'm going to go with the easier one to start. If you go to Flex MLS, I'm going to click on my listing, or if you're advertising someone else's listing, just type it in there. I'm going to bring up the listing card. And then you can share this link. And then you just copy and paste this link. So for me, I'm going to do Control-C because I am using a PC. If you were using an Apple, I don't know what it's called, but it's the little, is it the Command key maybe? It like makes that kind of a symbol. That and C, so that'll copy it. Or you can right-click it and copy. So now this is my link. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to paste it here by, again, right-clicking, Control-V, Command-V, and then there it is, okay? So if you want to know what that looks like, I'm just going to paste it in here also. It will take you to this page. So it has all of the information there, and then a map showing where it is, right? Oops, go away, Zoom. Okay. So now I have some place that it's going to take me. Your
Can
other,
I have a question, sorry.
go ahead.
Can you pull it back up so that you're looking at where the link goes?
Yes, here.
If you hit contact agent, does that go to you?
Yep.
Will that go to you no matter, does that go to you because it's your listing?
Yes,
Or does that go, so if I did that, if it said contact agent, it would go to you?
it would go to me.
Okay.
However, you, like, let's say you advertised my listing, you would still, before this screen popped up, this would be kind of grayed out in the background and there would be that contact form. So you would get their name, their email, and their phone number. They have to enter all that, they click OK, and then they can see this page. So at that point, on the back end, you just received a new contact. And this will tell you lead form notification, new lead info captured.
Right. But if they clicked on that button, it would go to the listing agent.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. So you can do that. And that was a good thing to point out, because the other thing that you can do where they're not going to connect or contact the listing agent at all is this choose landing page. So I have created a landing page using command down here, this consumer app. And if we have time, I'll get into how to do that. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple to do. But let me just show you this page that I made using command. So what I always do is make this little page, and then it will take them straight to here. So as you can see, it's got my name, my contact information, and then it just pulls all of this from the MLS. I didn't have to do anything. So this is automated. It just pulls it straight from my listing. All these pictures are from my listing, the map. I added this text, and then I added this bar, but it was just a matter of drag and drop. So now if they want to talk to somebody, they're definitely going to talk to me. If they reach out. Otherwise, I'm just going to use their contact information, which I pulled to contact them first.
Now, you did that on your own listing. Can you do that on someone else's listing? Like, if I do that on your listing?
Yep, let me show you.
And you just did that in that command app thing. Okay.
Yep, this is one that I did for Garrett Gamble. And I just did the same thing where I selected his listing.
Huh.
And you can see it's pending now. That was the one that I canceled. Yeah, I was pretty excited about that.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And then because it is his listing, in this text down here, I said, I gave him credit, right?
Yep. For compliance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I changed the text a little bit, I guess, on this one. So want more info, or maybe this wasn't quite the right fit. Either way, let's talk. And then just reminding them too that working with a realtor buyer is free, because they don't always know that.
Smart. Yep.
Because they might think, oh, you just want my money.
How did you add that? Does that come up automatically in this page?
No, and I will show you that after I'm done getting through this part, which is really, I have like 2 more things to click. Then I can show you, we're going to go down here to make that.
Perfect.
Okay, so option 1 is go to the MLS, pull up the listing. That's a little less involved because you just copy paste. But I do think making a website for it, or a web page, I should say, is more beneficial for you. So, well, let's say, okay, I'm just gonna go with the Flex MLS one there. So that's the URL I'm using. I'm not choosing a landing page for that. Now this ad targeting is pretty neat. You can target your database. I would not recommend that, because then you're kind of pigeonholing yourself. You can create, I have not created an audience, as you can see, or else it would pop up here. You can create a new audience. So maybe this is like everyone I know in Greater Grand Rapids. So I'm going to include the tag that I have in command in my contacts of Greater Grand Rapids area. So I include that, and then I create an audience. I don't want to do that because I also want to get in front of people that I don't know. So I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to target a custom audience. Obviously, we're in the US. This is located in Caledonia. So it gives me some suggestions there. It's not giving me Caledonia, Michigan. Oh, there it is. So now anyone, not if they live there necessarily, but even if they're passing by, if they're within 20 miles of Caledonia, this ad could pop up for them. Maybe I want to expand it a little bit. Maybe I want it to be 50 miles. I can do however much, I mean, I'm sure up to a certain extent. I haven't tried it. Yeah, apparently you can't do that. Okay, so 50 is the maximum. And now I always add specific interests here. So they are going to be interested in either Trulia, and make sure you click just Trulia, not Premier Agent, because then you're advertising it to other agents. We want to advertise it to consumers. Or not and, or you're going to limit yourself. They like Trulia, or they like Zillow, or they like Realtor.com. Or they like mortgage. I will click mortgage loans, mortgage calculator, because especially if they're interested in purchasing a house, they might want to know these things, right? Mortgage insurance. So those are the 6 that I usually do. And this is my estimated audience for each one of those. And then I'm going to save it. Oh, what didn't I fill out here? Fill in the required fields. Huh. Oh, I put in, there's an extra HTTPS because when I copied and pasted it, it copied the HTTPS, but also this automatically provides you with one. So just get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so now I can save it. So now it says, got the name and goal, I've got the listing, I've got the ad text, the media, Facebook and Instagram ads are configured. So now all I need to do, this is automated, this duration and budget, but maybe I don't want to run it for 10 days. Maybe I want to run it for 6 days. And how much do I want to spend on it? So $30, 6 days, $250 per channel. So that's up to you, however much you want to spend. They recommend $3 for 10 days, or $30 and 10 days is what they auto-populate it with. And now distribute evenly across 2 channels. I do not do that because then it's just going to be an even amount for each channel every day. But if you choose this, use automatic placements, this is grayed out now, so I can't edit it. This is, they're going to use artificial intelligence to see, okay, is Facebook getting more activity or is Instagram getting more activity and more clicks and more likes? And they're going to put it wherever the eyeballs are. So I always choose that one for that reason. So I save duration and budget. Now you would just click publish campaign. I'm not going to because I'm already running an ad very similar to this and I don't want to spend another $30 or whatever. But you would click publish campaign and then it's going to take you, I'm not going to save this. You should, oh yes, I want to leave the page. It's going to take you back here and this would say pending. So right now for me, it's already been, or pending approval, I think maybe it says. This has already been approved, it's running. They say it will take about a day to be approved, but I've found that if I do it earlier in the day, like right now, if I had done it, it would probably get approved by that evening sometime. And then it's running. And then the one thing is you can't click on it and see it. You can't edit it because you're in the middle of it. So that's kind of a bummer. You could duplicate it and then you just have a copy of it so you know exactly what it looks like. But yeah, so I'm gonna go and show you down here how to make one of those web pages very easily. But before I do that, do you have any questions?
Nope, good, thank you.
Nope, I'm good.
All right,
Thank you.
so now, and you could do this before you even went into campaigns here. Go down to consumer, click on that. And now here are the pages that I have currently running. You might not have anything here. What you're going to do is go over here to create a new site. And then you're going to click as a standalone page because this, you can put it on your website, on your agent site, but it doesn't really have anything to do with it. Like this Garrett ad is not on my website. It's just one page. If they click the link, they go to this page. So I'm going to click as a standalone page, create the page. And now you have all these widgets over here. This is what your website looks like, or your page looks like so far. Nothing. You don't have anything. You haven't dragged anything over. So what I do, which has been a pretty good template, I think, is I drag over a branded header. And I'll be able to edit this in the next step, but I'm just kind of making the layout right now. And then a listing. Drag that over. And then, what's the other thing I do? Oh, lead form. And I'm going to put that down here at the bottom. It'll let me. Hopefully that goes to the bottom. Yep. And now another thing I might want to do, like in my page here, I put in a text box because I have a Matterport 3D tour for it and it hadn't been showing up. So I just put a text here with a link so that it would show up. You might not have to put anything there, but if you're advertising somebody else's listing, that's also where I put that. So if you wanted to do something like that, you just have to go over here and it's not under widgets. It's under content blocks, text. So I would just put a little text block here and then here I would edit it. So here is my text block. Okay. And then you can, make that bigger, change the font on it. You can put a link in there if you want to. So in order to edit these other things, these widgets, I have to go to the next step, which is configure widgets. So for my listing, I don't have a listing selected currently. It's got me, I'm looking at Hilltop View in Austin, Texas, apparently. So I browse listings. I'm going to search for mine. There's me. Okay, select. And then change listing. Oh, nope. Go away. Okay, whatever. Okay. Wasn't giving me a little X to get out of that. So I've got that. This is my listing. I'm going to go with that first picture. Actually, maybe I'm going to go with that aerial picture again because I think it looks nicer. So I'll click on that one. Once you click save and apply, there it is. So now it's my house, my information. That's where it is on a map. And they can go ahead and click through these pictures if they want to. So they have all the information already loaded there. Now I can go, I don't know why it started me with the listing because that was my second widget. You can see it's 2 out of 3. If I go back to the first one, now I'm editing my header. So it's my picture, name, phone number. I must have that somewhere where there's no parentheses or a dash or anything. I just like to put in some dots there sometimes to separate it a little. Email address, if I had a team logo, I would put it there. Save and apply. Oh, header text. So this, if you want to put something here, you just type, check out this house. If you don't want to, you can just put a space and it's going to leave that blank, but it requires you to put something in there. I'm just going to leave it with those words. Okay, so now it says check out this house. Now I changed my phone number a little bit and put that in there. So that's good to go. I've already edited the listing. I don't want to edit it again. So I'm going to go to the third one, which is this. And the only thing that you can edit here is the header text, which I don't know why. I mean, I guess I don't know what other fields you would want to put in here, but you would think you'd be able to edit some fields, but you can't. You can only change this. So I don't know. Maybe I want to say, give me a shout. Save and apply. Okay, and now I should be pretty good. I edited this. That's all the same. Now this is my listing instead of that one in Austin, Texas. Here's my text block. Now this says, give me a shout. Sweet. So I'm done. I already clicked save and apply on that. And now I can go, I can save it if I'm not doing anything with it. And that means that nobody else can find it. But if I publish it, whoever has the link will be able to see this. This will make it visible to others. Yes. So, oh, I didn't change the name on that. I'm gonna call this, so that's just up here. Example page. So there's my example page. If you don't want people to see it for some reason, you can click that so it's inactive. And now nobody can see it but you. Click it again, now it's active. So you're obviously gonna want that to be active so that people can reach it. Leads, that is from that form on that page. So I have that there in case they do have questions. I've never gotten leads that way though. I've gotten it from them providing their information before they access the page. So the date it's created, I can change the URL if I want to. I do that sometimes just for fun. I don't think there's a real need to because they're just clicking a link anyway. They're not typing it. So it's going to be all this just automated stuff. If I wanted to change it, I can change that back half. So it's always going to be pages.kw.com/your name/ this number that's assigned to you. And then you can change the last part if you want to, but you don't need to. So I've got that page all ready to go. Do you have questions about that page, how to make it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So now if I were to make an ad featuring that, whoops, wrong one, campaign. Create a new campaign, social ad, just like we did before. I'm advertising a listing. Maybe I'll just put it on Facebook this time. Select that, it's automated. I go through everything. I'm just gonna leave this all the same because we've already done this. I'll just put some things in here or it'll yell at me. Add media, yep, we're good. Facebook ad, so now here is where I still have to select my business page. Always using a lead generation form because that's what puts it in your database. Still gonna say learn more, but now I'm going to choose my landing page. I'm going to use the example page that I just made. So it puts that in there. Remember, I changed that to example. So it's using that same URL. And then I can configure my ad targeting and my duration and budget, just like we did before. So now this is what people see on Facebook. They click learn more. Facebook says, oh, provide your name and information so that you can see this page. Then they click on it. And then what they will go to is that example page.
Heather, thank you. I have to run, but I appreciate your help. And then I'll reach out if I have any other questions.
Sounds good to me.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so that's kind of the basics of it. Gail, did you have any more questions? I think that was Lynn who was just taking off there.
Yeah, I think she did. No, but now I, but now I kind of do with the destination page. I guess I didn't realize what you were doing with the example, that it would be used later. Trying to figure out how to ask my question. Do you have to have, I mean, what is that destination page that you named example for? Is that just your landing page?
Yep.
Okay.
So then when they click on this learn more button, they will see, it will take them here.
Okay.
So it's just a fancier way to get them the same information that you would have given them from the MLS.
Okay.
Except now it's very clearly branded to me. I think it's just a little bit better looking than the MLS page is.
Okay.
You know, it looks a little fancier. And then if they do want to reach out to me specifically, they can do that down here.
Okay. Okay. That's all I had. I think I wrote down the notes and I wasn't exactly sure where it was leading at first.
Yeah. It's really nice though, because they do all just interconnect all these different tabs here. So I would make a page here and then I would go to campaigns and create a campaign. And then once that goes live, it'll start If you see I have the little red dot here, that's because I do have an ad that's live currently. And about an hour ago, apparently somebody clicked on it. So I
Okay.
have this information now from Sharon, apparently, and it said lead received from, and then this was the ad that I'm running.
Oh, okay.
So it's telling me, okay, this was a Facebook ad lead, and it changed the source there. It automatically marks them as a lead, even if they're not really interested in buying, if they're looking.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
And then what you can do after that, and this is probably a topic for another class, but I have a smart plan that I've designed specifically for those people who I get from Facebook who have clicked on that. And then so now this is just reaching out to them automatically. And I've got 24 people whose information I got from this ad for whom this is just reaching out.
Okay. Very cool. I'll have to play with this. I've got one that I would love to do this with.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and feel free to reach out to me if you need help. And would it be helpful for me? This is being recorded anyway, and actually I can just stop recording it now because thanks everybody, bye.